So glad you're with us on the Money. Brad Johansson, along with Ryan Wheelis of Allied Wealth. I want to talk a little bit about estate planning because we do this now for ourselves, trying to figure out what retirement looks like. And then a lot of us would say, I wonder what kind of legacy I'm going to leave. And this kind of forms into estate planning and saying, all right, if I have some and I'd like to leave some, a lot of it may be for my children. It may be for my grandchildren. It may be for nonprofits that I care about for some. So I'm kind of laying that out there as estate planning that people may not get into because their money doesn't end up going where they want it to go. Why is it so important now to even be talking about it?
Well, it's really important because, I've seen the strongest of family units completely decimated over an unplanned estate. I mean, to the where, if you look back on Facebook, for instance, and look at this family, historically they're together at Christmas, they're together at Thanksgiving, Easter, they have ancillary, things they do, family barbecues, just common. And then the dad died, then the mom died, and there was a lot of questions around who got grandma's dishes, right? Who got, dad's watch, and it created a tremendous amount of infighting in the family. And I think, one of the biggest things about estate planning that's often overlooked is just protecting the family unit, the traditions of Christmas that you've created in your family over the years and what you do for Easter and Thanksgiving, and just making sure that after you're dead and gone, that your family unit still functions. Christmases aren't awkward, Thanksgiving's not awkward. It's just a really cool thing. And Brad, I guess for me, seeing that a lot, and then I've got my own son and daughter, Jack and Aria, from a father standpoint and a proud husband standpoint, my attitude is I want to protect my family.
Heck yeah.
If something happens to me, I'm an aviator, if heaven forbid I have an accident in an airplane or something like that, I want to know without a doubt in those last moments that my wife and kids are taken care of. And there's just such a confidence and peace of mind knowing that I've done my estate planning. It's done. I know what happens. There's no question.
You know this about me because I've shared my stupidity, that I created a will when I got married nearly 3 decades ago. Haven't touched it. Couldn't tell you what's in it. I could guess because I know where I want it to go. I haven't touched it in nearly 30 years. Unfortunately, I think that's a common mistake for a lot of people.
I think it happens more than you think. In fact, there was a case that went to the Supreme Court that really, this case identifies the completion of an estate plan. And I'll get to that in a second, okay? So a mother and wife, husband and wife married, had a daughter.
All right.
Okay. And then the husband and wife divorce. All right. And in the divorce, separated, husband got remarried. All right. And he had a trust document written up to where the 401k plan went to his daughter. Okay?
All right.
Well, what happened was he died, all right? And the trust document said the 401k plan went to his daughter, not the second wife.
So it's obvious.
Pretty obvious, okay? Guess what happened? He listed the second wife as his beneficiary on the 401k plan. So wait a minute. Hold on a second. You're telling me my trust document says the 401k plan assets go to my daughter, yet the beneficiary designation form at the 401k plan said it went to his second wife. So this case went all the way to the Supreme Court. And guess what happened? The Supreme Court ruled whatever is on that beneficiary designation on the form at the 401k plan, not in the trust, but on the beneficiary designation form in the 401k plan, is the trump card. So this guy took time to do his estate planning, but what didn't happen is he didn't work with his financial advisor and his estate planning attorney to make sure that the plan he put in place, that the account structures at the 401k plan and the banks and Fidelity and Charles Schwab, all these account structures, the beneficiary designations have to point to your estate plan.
Here's what you're telling me is this is really complicated, which ends up making people go, I don't want to go through the complication, except you have to have a desire to say, I want my money to go where I want it to go.
I think more importantly, you've got to make sure all the dots are connected.
Yeah.
Got another case.
All right.
Two brothers own a business. All right. Brother dies. And they thought they had executed buy-sell agreements. And they bought the insurance policies, but the actual agreements were never executed. All right. So the brother that had died had two daughters that were not the best characters, if you will.
Okay.
All right. Well, the money should have gone to buy out the brother's interest in the business, but it didn't happen that way. All right. The wife got the money for the insurance policy to buy the brother out because she was the beneficiary to it. All right. What happened then is the two girls were upset they didn't get any money when dad died. So they went after the brother who had the remaining business interest. And it created a massive issue for this family. And it's all going back to, you can take time to build the best estate plan in the world, have the best intentions in the world. But if you don't connect the dots between your financial accounts, life insurance policies, and what's in your trust document and your will documents, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even work.
Do you actually include this then in a comprehensive, holistic plan of saying, here, we're not just doing this for now. I want to look towards the future. Let's put this in the plan.
Absolutely we do. We work very closely with a very high-quality estate planner here in Houston, all right, estate planning attorney. And we don't just send you there to get your stuff done. We take it a step further. We want to be there when the trust documents are signed. We want to make sure that all of the information that we're putting in the trust and all the information under beneficiary designations under accounts match the structures properly. And we want to do it right then and there, because so many people say, I went to the estate planning attorney, I got it all done, and they think they're home free. And they're not. They have not done the most important part to make sure the beneficiary designations on their accounts actually point to the trust structure they spend a lot of money in a lot of cases to set up.
It's so simple to go back to preparation, isn't it?
It really is.
I mean, what we're talking about is, I want what I want, and when I'm not here, I'd like my wishes to be followed. That takes planning. And nobody likes to think about, hey, I'm going to be gone. But when I'm gone, what am I carrying on? What is my legacy? Are the people that I love going to be taken care of? That's part of the financial plan that we put together for you at Allied Wealth. The time is now to think about the future so that it ends up the way you want and your legacy is left in good stead. Call now, 844-944-7555. Let's take care of you and those that you love that last well beyond you. We can do it. It sounds complicated. We make it simple at Allied Wealth. Join the family.